What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to a recent news story about a cruise ship rescue operation off the coast of British Columbia. And from what I understand, Canadians and Americans worked together to perform this rescue operation, which, to be honest, given all the really recent negativity dragging down the US Canada relationship, basically this entire year so far, I thought this story sounded awesome. Canadians and Americans working together, saving lives the way it should be. And I just really want to learn more about this and what happened because this sounds really, really cool. So let's take a look.
A dramatic scene at sea Sunday morning when two passengers experienced separate medical emergencies. The priority was clear.
What now? I see. Okay, that's weird. Was there something in the sushi? Was there something in the casserole, the buffet? Two separate people independently getting. What was wrong? Are they sick? Are they injured? Or that's just kind of weird. Like that it was two people unrelated.
Passengers experienced separate medical emergencies.
Separate medical emergencies. Well, okay. Well, it's no laughing matter. It's just kind of like I couldn't help but point out that's kind of a weird coincidence. I don't know. Is this cruise line going to get sued? Like, guys, it's happening to everybody. Anyway, that's not the point. There's emergencies, and it's off the coast of British Columbia. So this is a sticky situation when you're on a cruise ship. It's kind of like you're on an island out in the ocean. You could be anywhere, really, and you're really cut off from that sort of help and aid. So this is actually really scary if you think about it. Okay, let's keep going.
The priority was clear: get them off the ship and to emergency care.
Everything was very quick and very smooth.
The Princess cruise ship was sailing about 85 kilometers south of Tofino when crews from the Royal Canadian Air Force and the U.S. Coast Guard answered the call.
Oh, wow. So this just happened to be in some kind of territory or area where both the Royal Canadian Air Force and the United States Coast Guard both answered the call for help, which is, God, if you are like dying on a cruise ship, I guess that's kind of the situation you're hoping for, because now you got like really highly trained individuals from two different countries rushing to help you. You're getting more help, and I don't know. It's really, really cool. I don't quite understand what happened. Like, if the Canadians and Americans ended up working together on this, or if somebody got there first, or what.
Having the Royal Canadians with us out there made it operate way smoother than if we hadn't had them, and it always gives us a great feeling getting a patient to a higher level of care.
Whoa, oh my God, check out this James Bond helicopter rescue, by the way. There's just a guy dangling down on a rope. This is awesome. This is what I wanted to hear. This is great. These are members of the United States Coast Guard, and they're openly praising the Royal Canadian Air Force members that were there. They said to help, that they were great at helping facilitate the whole thing, and it made everything go smoother and faster, and that's awesome. That's good. That's good. Americans, Canadians working together. I love to see it. I really do. And there's been like the focus. I think I'm just like been stressed out by the focus and all the constant news, mostly caused by, you could say all caused by the United States. Let's be completely honest. antagonizing Canada and causing this strained relationship. So, and obviously, I've learned a lot about Canadians rightfully having a negative attitude towards Americans because of all this. You know, it makes sense. It's justified, but I think some part of me is just begging to see stuff like this. Canadians and Americans working together, getting along, positive outcomes is great.
This footage, captured from a Canadian aircraft, shows a U.S. Coast Guard helicopter approaching the
God.
vessel. Canadian crews were able to zero in on the cruise ship's location, streamlining the operation.
Oh, the Canadians located the ship faster and maybe transmitted that information to the Americans with the helicopter. So perfect. Like, talk about what a wonderful relationship. And it really might have, like, you know, that difference in speed working together may have saved one of their lives if time was really a factor.
They actually went out and found the exact location of the cruise ship prior to us taking off. So we didn't have to spend a lot of time looking for them.
Wow.
The first patient, a 99-year-old man with a blocked esophagus, was hoisted from the deck.
Oh my God. That's kind of crazy that they have all this video of this. This is nuts. I mean, in a good way. Like, it's amazing. They just lower down like a little cage. And this guy's 99. Bless him. Wow. Going on cruises. God. Living the life. Just got a little too excited at the seafood buffet or something. He had a blocked esophagus. Oh my God. That's horrible. But 99, that's awesome. Yeah, and he just jumped in this cage and was hoisted up to the helicopter. Jeez.
From the deck.
We were tasked to provide the second aircraft to extract a second person.
The second patient was a 52-year-old woman on life support after a heart attack. She was flown to hospital on a Canadian helicopter from CFB Comox.
Oh my God. What's going on this cruise? His esophagus is blocked. She's having a heart attack. What on earth? I think it's just bad luck. There's a lot of people who go on cruises. Eventually, there's going to be two random people who have medical emergencies. And what's awesome here is, now I know, the Americans showed up with a helicopter, got the first guy, and then Canadians showed up and got the second person with their rescue team. It couldn't have been more perfect. Two people need help. Two countries working together, two different helicopters. This is like such aside from the two people who are genuinely like, their lives are in danger, and I don't know if they're okay right now, but aside from the tragedy that two people were in life-threatening danger, this whole story is very wholesome and quite positive.
This helicopter goes about 270 kilometers an hour, so that's what we did on the way back.
And just next to,
Wow.
Looks like there's a pool in the front.
I don't know exactly how fast 270 kilometers an hour is, but it sounds very, very, very fast. That was the Canadian Air Force helicopter.
Pool in the front, so just aft of that pool.
With several aircraft working in close proximity, coordination was crucial.
Wow.
Being able to work with the Canadian Air Force, Canadian Coast Guard can actually help us get Canadian citizens help faster.
Two countries.
That's really cool. I didn't even know, like, again, this is in British Columbia. So I didn't even know, like, what exactly is the circumstances where the American military is coming in to help. But I think it's great. I think that's literally, there's been so much strain and tension between Canada and America. It's easy to forget, like, for a long time, we've had such a wonderful relationship, not just trade, but our militaries working together, performing rescue operations, for example. This is the way it should be. This is very good.
Two countries, one mission. Teamwork in the air that brought help when it was needed most.
Wow.
Ben Nesbitt,
That is so awesome. I have another little video here of it. I don't know if this is going to show anything different,
Two ill passengers from a cruise ship off the coast of Washington State.
God.
It all happened Sunday when two people experiencing medical issues needed to be evacuated from the Ruby Princess. The ship was 145 nautical miles off the coast. A 99.
That's the scary part when you're on a cruise ship, because you know on a cruise they have to have medical staff there. But this was such an emergency, even though they're hundreds of miles away. That's really scary, but it sounds like Canada and America did basically everything in their power to work together and get there quickly, which mattered when you're having a heart attack. Your esophagus is blocked, it really matters.
45 nautical miles off the coast. A 99-year-old man was hoisted into a helicopter and flown to a hospital in Washington. A 52-year-old woman suffering cardiac arrest and on life support was flown to Royal Jubilee Hospital in Victoria.
Oh my God. Wow. And it's amazing again that they even have this this video of it all. That's crazy. Yeah, so I saw this headline of like Canadians and Americans working together on this cruise ship rescue, and I was like, I gotta check that out. Because talk about something that I desperately needed for reasons I've already said. Like, it's just good to hear, for the first time in a while, some really positive, wholesome news between Canadians and Americans. This was awesome. It's also just an awesome story. So I really enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on the Royal Canadian Air Force working with the U.S. Coast Guard, this crazy cruise ship rescue operation with helicopters and hoisting and poisoned seafood, maybe. It'd be cool to hear comments about that. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and learning about Canadian culture and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.